What kind of a person would make you really happy in a relationship? Well, I'm sure you'd be gushing with descriptors like he or she should be respectful, attractive, stylish, well mannered, supportive, caring, etc. etc. What if I told you that a person needs to have only one major core trait? And this one core trait, this one essential quality will ensure that they have all of these other qualities and much, much more. And you know what that core trait is? It is having healthy self esteem. So, whether you are seeking a new companion or have already found someone and are trying to gauge whether they're really the right person for you, this information is going to be very helpful. Let me tell you that a person's self esteem is really not visible to you in the first few weeks or even months. That is why I often recommend that you should spend as much time as possible with a person to truly understand who they are. Before I give you the entire list of qualities of people with high self esteem, I just want to mention that there are two factors that contribute to building self esteem. And the first one is naturally a person's upbringing. I've always believed this. The luckiest children in the world are not the ones who belong to affluent homes or the ones who go to the best schools and colleges or who have parents who fulfill their every wish. The luckiest children in the world are the ones who are given unconditional acceptance and regard as children, who are emotionally nurtured, who are given safety and security through consistent care and attachment, and who are given boundaries, but not oppressive and harsh ones. And it is not surprising that such children are raised by emotionally mature parents. But then we must also remember that human beings are not perfect and nobody's upbringing is perfect either. Therefore, at least I haven't met anyone till now whose self esteem is a perfect 10 on 10. But given the indicators I'm about to share with you, the more of these you find in a person, the better it is for you in the long run. The other factor that influences a person's self esteem is their own willingness to grow, change, heal, and evolve. And there is nothing that I find more impressive in a human being than the ability to do this over a period of time because they don't remain the same. They keep changing and improving and raising their self esteem as they go along. The first sign of a person with healthy self esteem is that they trust their own judgment, their own inner voice, and they put their energy into what they believe in without relying too much on what others have to think and say. At the same time, they're not rigid or stubborn. They're willing to be influenced, which is a fantastic quality, and they're willing to update their knowledge and views based on new information available. They make choices both based on their thinking and their feelings. So they use rational judgment. At the same time, they give adequate importance to their emotions and feelings. The second would have to be their communication style. They are very clear in expressing their needs. They have what is called an assertive communication style. They're clear in setting expectations in relationships. They also don't shy away from having hard conversations when they are required. So imagine a scenario where a boy and a girl meet and they've been dating for, say, a couple of weeks or months, and the boy notices that the girl is getting very close to him and he probably is not ready for such a strong commitment at that point. At that point, a person with healthy self-esteem will actually initiate a dialogue, a conversation where they talk about how they value the fact that the other person is interested in them and they cherish the fact that they're spending time with them, but they'll be honest enough in saying that they may not be at the same level of readiness yet. So that is what I mean when I say they are comfortable with having hard conversations and being congruent in relationships. That means what they think and feel and do is in alignment. You will scarcely see them resorting to criticism or name calling or toxic ways of communicating because they don't really need that. They also show up with consistency and reliability in relationships. And this is a quality they find attractive in others rather than finding the quality of being unavailable or being too sought after attractive. A person with healthy self-esteem essentially is one who likes themselves, who values who they are. And because of this trait, they end up making better decisions in life. They are able to stay disciplined in the long run. They're able to delay gratification, and therefore you'll see that they live healthier lives overall, which is a huge, huge advantage. For a person like this, getting close to someone is an organic process. They neither rush into it too soon, nor do they take forever to get close to somebody. which shows that neither are they anxious or clingy, nor are they avoidant and disconnected. And when you do get close to a person with high self esteem, you will find that it feels very fulfilling, but never stifling. No matter how close you are to them, you will never feel that they don't value your individuality as a person. And that is so important in a healthy relationship. Now, a lot of people appreciate humor in their partners, and I do too. And I think the kind of humor that a person with high self esteem has is that they have this ability to laugh at themselves. They're spontaneous, but their jokes will scarcely be below the belt. And even if they find that they have offended somebody with their joke unintentionally, they have it in them to offer a mature apology and to take responsibility for their behavior and ensure that it is reformed in the future. People with high self esteem also have an inherent flexibility and adaptability in different kinds of situations and environments. And you will find that they will get along with all kinds of people, even though they may not really like them. Very, very importantly, they are not scared of commitment. They will commit when they are ready to, and then they will stick with it. To sum it up, the quality that makes a person like this really endearing is their authenticity. They don't project being somebody they're not just to gain validation. They're honest, truthful, in a very constructive way. So I hope you can see how just this one trait of self-esteem is a combination, like a bouquet of so many flowers together. There are actually many other indicators of self-esteem, but I've just shared the main ones with you, the ones that I thought were important to share in this video. And I hope you can use them to gauge other people without any criticism or judgment. And I also hope that you can use these indicators to see where you stand when it comes to self-esteem, because remember that people with similar levels of self-esteem generally tend to attract each other. They are the ones who have a growth mindset, and they are the ones who are willing to heal from the past, change and evolve and become the best version of themselves.